Hi everyone and welcome to another video from Display Repair. This video is meant as a general guide for solving a bad starter problem. You may decide to do this repair on your own or seek professional help. Whatever the case may be, there are a couple of important things you should consider. This is mainly to get the best outcome of the repair and to stay out of trouble. So stay tuned. DisplayRepair.com. Be sure to visit us at our website DisplayRepair.com, where you can find more useful car and driving tips. Closely related to this video are our other videos about how to recognize and how to easily diagnose a bad starter. We mentioned these topics here, but in those videos you can see more details and explanations. To watch them, click on the links in the corner of this video or on the links in the description. After this, we will make one more video about how to replace a bad starter, so you can watch that also. First and most important, and as we mentioned in our previous videos, be 100% sure that the starter is the actual cause of problems, not something else. For instance, weak cranking, slow cranking, no cranking at all, clicking sound when cranking, and else can all be caused by things like a weak battery, dirty battery or loose battery clamps, burnt out fuses, bad ground connections, and else. To avoid a wild goose chase, and if you have any doubts, check all of these before you start. It may well save you some money and time. If you conclude that the starter is the problem, the next step is making a good assessment of the repair. Mainly, can you actually reach the starter, replace it, or make the repairs on it? This is immensely important to do in order to avoid big problems, costs, and getting yourself into a tight spot. We mention this since lots of modern cars have tight engine bays, especially ones with bigger engines. Changing the starter is a fairly simple job, but sometimes getting to it and getting it out of the engine bay may involve taking off plastic covers, engine mounts, pipes, hoses, and other parts. Also, know that you'll need some advanced knowledge to make a repair on the starter. Besides this, if you drive a high-tech car, it is best not to do any of this since it may require special tools and knowledge. If you recognize any of this on your car, then it is best to leave the professionals to solve the problem. It may be faster and very likely cheaper. If you decide to do the job, then make a proper diagnosis of the problem. What's the cause? Is it a solenoid? Are the brushes worn out? Is it a bad rotor or driving pinion perhaps? By doing this, you can conclude what actually caused the problem, but also have a good picture of what lays ahead regarding repairs. Mainly, should you buy a new starter or fix the one you already have. Next, decide if you want to buy a new starter or repair the old one. Regarding that matter, here is a short summary. If the rotor or stator is bad, buy a new starter. These parts are the most expensive and almost cost as a new starter. If the brushes, solenoid, or driving pinion is faulty, then best repair it. The prices of these parts are such that there is common sense in doing this. This goes double if you're doing the repair on your own. There is always the possibility of buying a used starter. It's a viable option, but as with all used parts, you don't know what you get. In any case, ask around how much a new starter is, how much the parts are, and how much a repair costs, and compare them to your possibilities. You'll surely get the answer after doing this. Finally, either replace the bad starter with a new one or fix the one you already have. Again, best look at the cost of each repair and see what suits you best. You can save some serious money by doing the replacement by yourself, provided you have good accessibility. So you can buy a new starter or let someone else fix it and you can do the replacement. Needless to say, the best and most cost-effective solution of all of this is to do everything on your own, especially if you can repair the starter. This way you can save yourself some serious money. For the end of this video, and to summarize all of this in some way, if you can't reach the starter and if there are a ton of obstacles to get to it, don't do the repair and best let the professionals do it. If you can reach the starter, go ahead and make the repair. Installing a new starter is the easiest option, but fixing it is often much cheaper. Weigh out all of the possibilities wisely, since it may mean the difference between making a simple repair that you'll enjoy and that you can easily afford, and a nerve-wracking, costly, and sometimes impossible repair. We hope this video helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.